Caren stands for Computer Assisted Rehabilitation Environment.
It's a human movement analysis laboratory that facilitates human movement that we can actually measure and quantify in a simulated virtual reality environment.
Caren creates a safe environment that allows subject to be tested, and it has a treadmill, and underneath the treadmill are force plates that allow us to measure the force that is being generated by somebody walking over this treadmill.
From the motion and ground force data, we can actually calculate the torques at each joint in the body as someone walks or runs. There are a range of different applications of the Caren system. It includes rehabilitation, of course, but sports medicine, orthopedics, defence and neuroscience.
I graduated from Melbourne Uni in 2015 with a Master of Mechanical Engineering. I work in gas and power marketing full-time and then training for the AFLW in the evenings on the weekend. I came along today to have a go on the Caren. They marked me up with a whole lot of markers all over my body so that the machine can track where I'm moving and how I'm moving. I could watch my body moving, the muscles that are working at any given time. I could see if I have any imbalances in my left and my right. So it's very cool to be able to look at all of that in real time.
I'm a PhD student at Melbourne University, and my work lies in looking at the biomechanics of the lower limb. Specifically, my interest is in the anterior cruciate ligament, or ACL. By using the Caren system, we try as much as possible to cause the individual to react in the same way they would do in a real life scenario, such as on a football field. And in doing so, we can rehabilitate them better, look at injury prevention better, and so on.
When you get up onto the treadmill and there's the natural forest all around, you kind of get tricked into forgetting where you are, forgetting that you're in the lab environment. And walking on the treadmill felt very comfortable. I got into my natural gait and I didn't even remember that there were all the people there.
You can actually see the muscles being activated, so they turn into green and then they turn into white, and basically that's the intensity of the muscle being activated at that point in time where the person is doing that specific motion.
So around about in 2015, we've been very interested in the Caren system. The reason being we want to move our research not just in the neuromuscular environment but also to the neuroscience environment to include cognition into our experiments. We got in touch with Motec Forcelink, and in 2016 we signed an MOU, and in 2017 we had the Caren system installed in the University of Melbourne. This is the first system installed in Australia. Outside Australia, there are several Caren systems in the United States, in Europe. So this would be the first system in the Southern Hemisphere.
A major strength at the University of Melbourne is in biomedical engineering, and in particular in biomechanics and neuroengineering. The Caren system allows us to record neural information as well as human movement information. And that's important for setting up a brain-computer interface. That comes about by figuring out or decoding the brain signals that are responsible for human movement. And if that can be done, then the brain signals alone can be used to power an exoskeleton, powered prosthetic limb, or even drive a mechanical device or a computer.
So it's more like a multi-sensory type system that allows us to look at visual, auditory, even tactile information. And that allows us to analyze both the virtual reality, which is the visual component, the sound component, the auditory, and also the physical components, the forces of the body.
I think engineering on the whole can provide really valuable feedback for athletes in giving them data on what they're doing well, what they can improve. By the time you get to the elite level, really any advantage you can get can be enough to win a game or to win a premiership. And so I think engineering can provide that little bit extra to help you get to the top or to help you recover a little bit better.